Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Recently, there has been Bitcoin green narrative talks, right? And then there's a lot of issues because a lot of people are saying this, and that. But is this interesting timing that this is happening while Ripple tweets out? From Chris Larson, look at this. The current path proof of work is unsustainable and will be met with a climate wall. This is the last thing I want. The crypto industry needs Bitcoin to continue to succeed. This industry is also one that embraces change. Why is acknowledging this fact so controversial? Again, isn't this interesting, guys? Climate wall. Where else have we seen the quote-unquote wall? BG123's banner picture, guys. I mean, my guess is that his warnings will be ignored by these Bitcoin maxis, which will not be good for that asset's future. Again, remember about Bitcoin scalability. The higher it goes, right? The more adoption it gets throughout the world, the more consumption, the more energy use. Guys, it's a done deal for Bitcoin. We have been talking about this for a long time now. Why policy regulation for crypto in Korea is key. Again, remember, regulations is a good thing. People believe it's bad, it's not good. But the positive outcome of regulations and clarity will be that these big companies, big players and institutions can inflow their money into these digital assets like XRP. As soon as we get clarity for XRP, guys, they get the green light, right, to buy up as much as they can, and then which will force the price of XRP to go where? Nowhere but up. Go up and never stop, right? The emergence of blockchain technology and digital assets is transforming the global financial landscape into a more accessible, transparent, fair, and efficient system. Again, seems to me like the level playing field, right? Again, digital assets. This transformation has resulted in the development of new use cases and the opening up of new markets, providing innovative pathways for individuals and businesses to access and build a more inclusive global financial system, right? The upbringing of a new one is incoming, guys. All they need is a problem reaction solution to take into effect so they could deploy whatever they need to deploy. Now listen to this from Hammer Toe. Ultimately though, Bitcoin is doomed if it doesn't address the energy concerns. And by address, I don't mean just some greenwashing mental gymnastics. If Bitcoin is as anti-fragile as Bitcoin maximalists claim, why are they so worried about this? Again, they're shook, guys, right? They're scared. Come on, guys, we see the proof in the pudding. There needs to be a change. Otherwise, it falls down and goes with the current financial system, right? Bitcoin's code is basically self-destruct programmed into it, guys, right? The prophecy will be fulfilled. Now, it all connects to this tweet from boy XRP. Shots fired, Bitcoin proof of work maxis. Listen to this.
Change it too and say we don't want any of that here, and have basically been kicking out the Bitcoin miners, and because I think they saw that it was hurting their efforts to get the carbon neutral by I think it was 2050, right? So what's going on now is they're going to other countries. Kazakhstan, that's not good because that's all fossil fuels. But now coming to the US, there's a lot of smart entrepreneurs who now are, creating renewable energy mining. But I'm sorry, there's no such thing as green mining because it's not necessary. They should be changing just like Ethereum did. And by the way, I think the founder of Zcash also announced they're switching from proof of work to a different low energy protocol. Hats off to them too. But the Bitcoin folks need to make the switch as well. It's unconscionable that right today you gobble in up on the order of 70, and depending on the price, because it's correlated price, 70 to 140 trillion watt hours of energy. Look, if all of that was green energy, that's not good, because that green energy should be used for green steel making, green aluminum, green concrete, agricultural usage, direct air capture, green hydrogen, you name it. I mean, there are just so many battles that are being waged in this war, and that green energy needs to go elsewhere. A big part of getting carbon neutral is don't use energy when you don't need it. And you don't need it to confirm the state of blockchains. You just don't need it. So make the damn code change. And I tell you, I just don't think it's going to happen voluntarily. And by the way, look, this is not some secret AI that runs Bitcoin, okay? It's about 20 to 30 very influential, very wealthy people that are going to make that decision between the core developers, the exchanges and the miners. By the way, there's a fascinating book I've been reading called the Block Size Wars, and it's fascinating because this kind of goes back to one of the big changes that was proposed to increase the block size, and sort of how that played out. And how it was a very small group of people that prevented that. So again, this is a small group of people that are incredibly wealthy that could make this change. But they're not going to do it voluntarily because they've been making this pitch for 10 years, and it just doesn't hold water anymore, right?
Now, why won't they do it? Why? It's because they're playing they are all playing their roles perfectly at this point in time. Remember, what we are seeing are actors on stage, right? Remember that, guys. There's a reason why this is coming out now. Now, just to sweet out, Ripple met with regulators many times under the Trump administration, and we can see 1988 technology tied to Schwartz, which leads up to where we are now. This is very planned out. Ultimately, one cannot change the outcome, though try as you might. Again, do we see the hidden hands that are basically being in play, right? That when was Ripple thought about? XRP, should we say? When was Bitcoin thought about? Right? Who even created Bitcoin in the first place? It's clear to me that there's two lanes to the situation at hand. Now, this is very good news from you today. Ripple reports 130% yearly basis growth in Asia Pacific transactions amid emerging use cases. Look at that. It seems like more adoption and more innovation is taking place as we speak, guys. Ripple net success in the Asia Pacific region while forecasting a considerably higher usage of the service in 2022. RippleNet is a global blockchain-based payment solution developed by Ripple. Again, this is real institutions, real companies using the technology, guys, right? Come on. It's actually hilarious. Now, Peter Schiff to tweet out, terrorists plan to back a US dollar stablecoin with 10 billion worth of Bitcoin makes no sense. Neither does announcing a major purchase before it's made. A US dollar stablecoin requires dollar backing. This is just another attempt to pump more air into the Bitcoin bubble. Now, this is very interesting. Why? So basically, the Luna team is buying up these Bitcoins. They want to be behind Satoshi, right? As the largest holders. Now listen, now this is very interesting, guys. Listen very carefully to what he states right here, because
I think if we scale that to $10 billion, so the reason why I want to get to 10 billion is that besides Satoshi, we will be the largest single holder of Bitcoin in the world. Now, then in that case, like within the crypto industry, then the failure of UST is equivalent to the failure of crypto itself, right? Because
did you hear that?
if the largest single wallet like sells off all the Bitcoin, then that's an issue. I think if we
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? UST is equivalent to the failure of crypto itself. Again, as soon as Bitcoin dumps, remember about the 140k, Black Swan, all of the regulations, all of those events.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.